Taylor Swift's historic win. Youngest woman ever in Songwriters Hall of Fame explained,
Taylor Swift is now the youngest woman ever to be elected to the Songwriters Hall of Fame, and she is only 36 years old.
Welcome to PopPlug.
Let's get plugged in.
If you're a Swiftie, a casual listener, or just someone who loves seeing history being made, you are in for a treat today. Taylor Swift has done it again, and honestly, at this point, should we even be surprised? On January 21st, 2026, the pop sensation, singer-songwriter, and cultural icon was officially inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. And here's the kicker. She's the youngest woman ever to receive this honor, and she's only 35. That's right, Taylor Swift, at an age when most artists are still building their legacies, has cemented hers in a way that will literally last for generations. For comparison, the previous record holder for youngest woman was none other than Dolly Parton, inducted at 53. 53. Taylor smashed that record by almost 2 decades, and honestly, it feels like the world is catching up to what Swifties have known all along. Taylor doesn't just make hits, she writes history. The Songwriters Hall of Fame isn't just handing out awards to popular names. This is about the craft of songwriting, the meticulous art behind melodies, lyrics, and storytelling. It's about the songs that define generations, the ones you sing in the shower, cry to at 2 a.m., or belt out at concerts with thousands of other fans. Taylor Swift has been doing that since she was a teenager with a guitar in hand and a dream in her heart. From Teardrops on My Guitar to All Too Well 10-minute version, to every track on her critically acclaimed albums over nearly 20 years, Taylor has penned hundreds of songs that didn't just top charts. They became cultural touchstones. Every album, every single, every lyric is a part of her legacy as a songwriter, not just as a pop star. And that's exactly why this induction matters.
Well, Taylor Swift has entered a new era this morning, becoming the youngest female artist to join the Songwriters Hall of Fame.
Her credentials speak for themselves. 14 Grammy Awards, 4 wins for Album of the Year, making her the first artist ever to reach that milestone. Billions of streams across multiple platforms, sold-out tours spanning continents. And let's not forget her historic re-recording project, taking control of her masters, something very few artists have even attempted, let alone pulled off with the level of success she achieved. Taylor Swift's impact on the music industry goes far beyond the hits you hear on the radio. She has changed how artists fight for ownership, how fans connect with music, and even how pop culture talks about storytelling. When Taylor accepted the honor, she did so with the same grace and humility that have defined her public persona for years. She acknowledged the songwriters who came before her, the mentors, collaborators, and inspirations who shaped her journey. She spoke about the importance of storytelling, of connecting with listeners through honesty and emotion. Essentially, she reminded the world why she's been unstoppable since her debut in 2006. Her speech wasn't just a thank you. It was a masterclass in why songwriting isn't just about creating catchy hooks. It's about creating lasting emotional resonance.
Carol taught artists like me that telling your own story is worth the work and struggle it takes to earn the opportunity for your story to be heard.
And while we're celebrating Taylor, it's important to note the company she's keeping. The 2026 Songwriters Hall of Fame induction also includes industry legends like Alanis Morissette, Kenny Loggins, Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons of Kiss, Walter Afanasieff, Christopher Tricky Stewart, and the songwriting duo Terry Britton and Graham Lyle. These are people who have crafted songs you didn't just listen to, you felt them. Beyoncé's Single Ladies, Tina Turner's What's Love Got to Do With It, Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. All of these iconic tracks came from the pens of these incredible songwriters. And Taylor Swift, at 35, joins this legendary roster, officially recognized not just as a performer, but as a songwriter whose work will live on in history books. Let's talk numbers for a moment because Taylor's achievements are staggering. She has 58 Grammy nominations to her name, winning 14 of them. Her albums have topped the Billboard 200 charts for weeks at a time, with The Life of a Showgirl spending 10 consecutive weeks at #1, making her only the 3rd artist in history, after the Beatles and Elvis Presley, to have 4 albums achieve that distinction. Each release becomes an event, a cultural reset, something that fans and critics alike dissect for months. And while other artists may chase chart positions, Taylor has consistently proven that quality, authenticity, and narrative depth are just as important as numbers. She doesn't just chase trends, she defines them.
Taylor Swift's new album is breaking another record. So all 12 songs from The Life of a Showgirl, they take up the top 12 positions right now on the Billboard Hot 100. It is the first album to ever do this.
And speaking of defining eras, Taylor's songwriting isn't just prolific, it's precise. She writes or co-writes everything she releases, a rarity in today's music landscape where many artists rely heavily on teams of writers. Her lyrical ability spans heartbreak, triumph, satire, self-reflection, and storytelling so vivid that listeners feel transported into her songs. But beyond awards and records, what makes this moment historic is the bar she's setting for women in music. By becoming the youngest woman ever inducted, Taylor is breaking stereotypes about age, gender, and the perceived window for creative success in the industry. It's proof that a female artist doesn't have to wait decades to be recognized for her craft. She doesn't just make hits. She makes history. And for young songwriters watching her career, this is monumental. It says, you can own your narrative, write your own songs, and be celebrated for it, all before you even hit middle age.
When I craft a song and think about every aspect of it and it comes together and then it goes out into the world, there are so many moving pieces.
Of course, her induction also celebrates her storytelling genius. Taylor's ability to convey universal emotions through specific personal experiences is what has always set her apart. From heartbreaks and love stories to personal growth and self-reflection, her songs are more than music. They're cultural touchstones. Fans have followed her entire life journey through albums, tweets, and interviews, making every release feel like an invitation into her world. And in a time when music often prioritizes commercial viability over authenticity, Taylor Swift continues to prove that sincerity, craft, and artistry are what truly endure.
I have such an eye on legacy when I'm making my music. I know what I made. I know I adore it.
The Songwriters Hall of Fame chairman, Nile Rodgers, perfectly summed it up. The music industry is built upon the incredible talent of songwriters who create unforgettable songs. Without their artistry, there would be no recorded music, concert experiences, or engaged fans. This is exactly what Taylor Swift embodies. Every tour, every re-recording, every new album, it all stems from the foundation of songwriting excellence. And it's not just about recognition, it's about influence. Her songs have shaped the careers of countless artists, inspired an entire generation of musicians, and even changed how fans interact with music. When someone says, "I'm a Swiftie," they're not just saying they like pop music, they're saying they value storytelling, creativity, and authenticity. And if we zoom out a bit, Taylor's induction is a reminder of her lasting cultural impact. She has consistently been a trendsetter, a role model, and a benchmark for excellence in a notoriously fickle industry. Her ability to reinvent herself while staying true to her songwriting core is rare, and it's why even decades from now, this induction will not just mark a career milestone. It will mark a historical moment in music history. This isn't simply another award, it's a recognition of an artist who has defined the sound, narrative, and emotional core of a generation.
All the artists always say that this is one of the biggest awards, whether it's Mariah Carey or Jay-Z. They both said of all the things they get,
songwriting.
This one means the most to them.
Yeah, because it really is.
By that.
They write from the heart,
Yes.
and we take it to heart, and that's what it's all about.
Taylor Swift isn't just a pop star. She's a songwriter first. And this induction proves what her fans have known for years. Her craft transcends charts, awards, and trends. She's a storyteller who's been writing her way into hearts for nearly 20 years, and this is just the beginning. The youngest woman ever inducted? Absolutely. Record-breaking career? Obviously. Cultural icon? Without question. Every time Taylor releases an album, she rewrites the rules, sets new benchmarks, and gives the world something to talk about. She's not slowing down, and this historic honor is proof that her journey is far from over. So, what do you think? Which Taylor era produced her best songwriting? Was it the heartbreak of Red, the indie storytelling of Folklore, or the pop dominance of 1989? Whatever your favorite, one thing is undeniable. Taylor Swift has cemented her place not just in pop culture, but in music history itself. She's a songwriter, a storyteller, and a record breaker who continues to redefine what it means to be a modern artist. And with this induction, she's officially in a league that few have ever reached, proving that talent, hard work, and relentless creativity do get recognized, sometimes in the most historic ways imaginable. Follow PopPlug to stay plugged in.